Hey, what's good, family? Man, I was talk about some communicating between you and your spouse. Now, in a later video, we're going to talk about communicating with you and your kids, but today we're going to focus on communication between you and your spouse. So, one thing that I wanted to mention first and foremost is that communication is not only a skill but also a talent. Now, when I say that, what I mean by it is that it's a talent is something that somebody is born with. A talent to run fast, a talent to do math, heavy math in their head, the talent to to write well, to sing well. But a skill, on the other hand, a skill is something that can be learned. Like, I can learn how to shoot a jump shot. I can learn how to play the piano. I can learn how to speak well. And I mean, and that's why you see that when it comes to communication, especially with our spouses, someone in the marriage is naturally good at it, honestly, and the other isn't. Now, just because you're not good at something doesn't mean that you should stay there and still continue to not be good at it. And just because you're naturally good at it doesn't mean that you should stay there. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't still work on it. So I say all that to say is that no matter what side of the coin you land on, whether you're heavy on the talent side and when it comes to communication with your spouse, or you're heavy on the skill side and you've really worked on it, either side you're on, it's important that you guys are both on the same side. So what does that mean? It means that whenever you go into a conversation with your spouse, go into it with the mindset of, this is my partner I'm talking with versus this is my enemy I'm talking to. You think about that person, that spouse of yours, and you're like, man, this is God's daughter or God's son, versus this is someone that's acting like my daughter or acting like my son, childish. I mean, it's super important to make these shifts in our mind, that we too need to humble ourselves, and we need to come on common ground and really need to demonstrate to our spouses that, hey, I love you, we're on the same team, we're on the same side, and I just want to know more about X, Y, Z. Like, you ask open-ended questions, not to accuse, but to ultimately get a greater understanding. Because a lot of people don't realize is that when it comes to communication, mainly it's about gathering greater information, and one thing that I've found out is that the more information that you know can sometimes lead to better conversations, better situations, better things happening to you, because you can assess what you know and then make decisions from there. So in close, I just want you to remember, whenever you're communicating with your spouse, do it in a way that shows you being healthy. Do it in a way that showing that you're being humbled. Do it in a way that's showing that you're happy to have the opportunity to communicate with them. Because if you don't, then what do you think is going to happen? Like, if you don't practice and continue to grow in your communication skills, what do you think is going to happen to the communication that's happening within your marriage or your marriage period? My name is Mr. Perry P. Hopefully this is helpful to at least one, and I pray that you do something about it today. All right, love y'all. Peace.